Begin with a report from the I-Team on Bishop Richard Malone's future.
His time as leader of the Buffalo Diocese might soon be coming to an end. Bishop Malone has faced harsh criticism for how he has handled allegations of sex abuse against local priests. In a story you saw first on 7 Eyewitness News, I-Team Chief Investigator Charlie Specht looks at the new report that suggests Malone might be moving on.
This is a huge step in the right direction, and one that for a long time it seemed like it wasn't ever going to happen.
Whistleblowers, Catholics, and sex abuse survivors were rejoicing with guarded optimism at news they have long been waiting for, that Bishop Richard Malone will finally resign.
And so the Holy See clearly wants a change made here, and hopefully for our survivors and for the Catholic community, it's a new day.
Monday afternoon, prominent Catholic journalist Rocco Palmo reported 4 sources confirmed to him that Bishop Malone will step down Wednesday and will be replaced by the Bishop of Albany.
Anything can change, but the train is in motion for this to happen in 36 hours.
7 Eyewitness News learned of the news late last week from an independent source, but was not able to corroborate it with other sources. Palmo says it's striking that just 2 months after the Vatican launched an investigation into the diocese, Buffalo could soon have a new bishop.
It's been 2 months too long for a lot of folks. It's been a year and a half too long. But in Vatican speed, this is breathtaking.
Malone recently visited Pope Francis in Rome, but despite allegations that he mishandled sexual abuse cases, Malone said repeatedly that he had no plans to resign.
And I certainly sensed that he would never resign of his own volition, which makes me think that this was done by the powers that be telling him what was going to happen. I can't imagine he suddenly decided to resign.
Attorney Steve Boyd says the diocese needs more of a house cleaning than replacing just one bishop.
The hope, I think, for most of our clients is that if someone new comes in, this will not just be a new name and a new face, but a complete sea change in how the Catholic Diocese of Buffalo does business.
Siobhan O'Connor was Bishop Malone's former secretary and diocese whistleblower. She says Bishop Edward Scharfenberger of Albany, who looks to become the temporary administrator of the diocese, was not always favored by fellow bishops like Malone, which O'Connor thinks is a positive.
And so I actually always thought that he seemed like a really great guy, and I was thrilled when I heard that it might be him. I can't think of any other New York State bishop that I would want to come in here except for him.
Boyd had simple advice for Scharfenberger and his successor.
Release the secret files. Transparency. Speak truthfully whenever you're speaking about abuse. Put the survivors and the Catholic community ahead of the administration and the priests. Heal this community. Shepherd this community. Do your job.
Now, in response, the diocese released a statement saying only that the diocese has no comment at this time. As for how long it could take to get a permanent bishop, it could take up to a year, but Palmo says Buffalo is likely to be fast-tracked by Rome, and we could see a new bishop here by Easter. For the I-Team, Charlie Specht, 7 Eyewitness News.